Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Johnny and Daniel never split up during the events of Cobra Kai Season 4? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 4 would still happen. Johnny and Daniel would still team up to take down Cobra Kai, and Daniel would still teach Johnny and the rest of Eagle Fang some Miyagi-Do, while Johnny taught Daniel and the rest of the Miyagi-Dos how to fight offensively. Kreese would still go get Terry Silver, Kenny would still go to Robbie, and he would join Cobra Kai, and Robbie and Kenny would still have their bond, and the rest of Season 4 would stay the same. The rivalry between Miyagi Fang and Cobra Kai would continue to grow. Terry and Kreese would still go confront Johnny and Daniel would still want to take over the students' training. So Johnny and Daniel would still have their rematch to determine who was going to take over their students' training. And while this was happening, the Cobra Kais would still get their revenge on Hawk, and Johnny and Daniel's rematch would still end in a tie. This is when Eli would show up at the Miyagi-Do dojo. Johnny and Daniel and the rest of the students would be surprised to see him like that. Johnny and Daniel would realize that their fighting was getting in the way of what mattered. So Johnny and Daniel would both agree to continue teaching their students in both styles of karate. Miguel would continue to train with Daniel, and he would learn to fight defensively, while Sam continued to train with Johnny, and her offense would improve. Dimitri would learn more from Johnny, and he would become a better fighter. Dimitri would still go see Eli, but Eli wouldn't want to come back to karate. But Dimitri would help Eli find his balance again and rebuild his confidence. So Eli would come back to Miyagi Fang, and he would learn both styles of karate. Daniel would even teach a little bit of what he learned from Chosen, and the dojos would train for the All Valley. Daniel would realize that they needed more female students to join their dojo so that they could have a better chance of beating Cobra Kai. So Johnny and Daniel would go recruiting for students, and more female students would join Miyagi Fang. And among these students would be Devin. Piper would still join Cobra Kai in this timeline. And the night of the prom, Miguel and Sam would be together. Robbie and Tori and Sam and Miguel would leave each other alone, and prom would be pretty uneventful. So Miguel wouldn't find Johnny drunk at his apartment. In the night of the tournament, the students of Miyagi Fang would use both styles of karate, and they would score better in the skills competition, so they would be tied with Cobra Kai, and more Miyagi Fang students would make it to the qualifying rounds, and it would still be Miguel and Eli in the boys semifinals. But Miguel, using a combination of Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do, he would defeat Eli without getting hurt, and he would have to fight Robbie in the boys finals. Robbie and Miguel would have a very similar match to the match Eli and Robbie had in the original timeline. They would each fight defensively and aggressively, but Miguel would defeat Robbie in the boys finals, and he would be the boys All Valley champion. Robbie would still see Kenny and Anthony in the locker room, so Robbie would confront Kenny, and they would have a very similar interaction. Robbie would realize that he made a huge mistake. Sam and Tori would fight in the girls' finals, but Sam would fight offensively from the start, and she would use a combination of Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang, and even with the paid-off ref, Sam would defeat Tori in this timeline. So Miyagi Fang would end up winning the All Valley tournament. Johnny and Daniel would talk to Kreese and Terry. Kreese would say that a deal's a deal, and he would agree to shut down Cobra Kai. So Miyagi Fang would go out celebrating. Terry Silver would be mad and he would tell Kreese that he invested too much money to lose again. So Terry would still betray Kreese in this timeline. So Terry Silver wouldn't shut down Cobra Kai. Robbie would go find Johnny and Daniel, and Robbie would tell them about Kenny, and he would apologize for everything that he did. So Robbie would apologize to Miguel, Sam, and Eli. Robbie would ask for help with Kenny. So Robbie would join Miyagi Fang. Tori would feel betrayed by Robbie, and she would stay in Cobra Kai. Johnny and Daniel would realize that Cobra Kai was still around, and they would confront Terry, but Terry would say that the deal they made was with Kreese, and that he had nothing to do with it. So Johnny and Daniel would continue training their students to continue fighting Cobra Kai, and that is where I'm going to end this what if. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Johnny and Daniel never split up? Let me know in the comments below. All members have access to emojis that can be used in comments and live streams. This isn't mandatory. This is only something extra. If you want to support the channel even more, YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.